Message board meltdown. That's what I was experiencing yesterday afternoon. How about you, Barry?
The Auburn message board was positive.
Oh.
They were anxious for the start of today's scrimmage.
Yeah.
They were complimentary of the work being done. I don't know what you're talking about.
Specifically, TitterInsider.com.
I'm Barry McKnight. He's John Longshore. We are together. There's no video wall between us here. That's because it's Friday, and this Friday we are proud to be in the showroom at Stivers Ford Lincoln on the Eastern Boulevard at the Troy Highway in Montgomery, Alabama, where you look over back behind us towards the intersection.
Yep.
That part of the lot. Big building over there, looks great, plenty of more resources. And then the resources themselves, vehicles all over the lot, in the medians, down the sides, the whole deal. Nobody stocks more, nobody sells more than Stivers Ford Lincoln here in Montgomery, and today is a great example.
Well, you're right, Barry. There are days that when I pull into the dealership, I notice there seems to be more vehicles on the lot today than maybe I was last time I was here. And there's always a ton of vehicles here at Stivers. Nobody stocks more, as Barry mentioned, but today it seemed even more vehicles. I mean, F-150s, Expeditions, Explorers, you name it, they are all here. We're going to tell you all about it here. Of course, the sizzling summer sales event continues here at Stivers. We've been telling you about the Broncos, the F-150s, the Mustangs, the Explorers, 0% APR financing for 36 months. But there's more. No payment for 90 days. $1,000 down payment assistance, 2 years, 25,000-mile worry-free maintenance plan. I love that fact, Barry. You know, maybe something happens in the first 25,000 miles. No big deal. So what? It's taken care of.
It's one of the great perks of being Stivers customers.
Yeah.
And John and I have been Stivers customers constantly for a generation now. A lot of them. And you never have to worry. I never have to worry about maintenance.
No.
They've got the quick lane over here, the fast lane. They've got they've got all of the service bays over here and everything. Now, John is not noted for his memory except for anything having to do with Alabama football numbers. Hey, was Blake Sims number 6?
Yeah.
Sometimes he forgets. Every once in a while, John will get an email. I'll get a text, and it'll say, hey, your vehicle is due for service.
That's right.
Oh, son of a gun. That's exactly right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and make my appointment. I'll bring it over. They'll take care of it. That's worry-free. You're going to get the best vehicle.
Yes.
You are absolutely going to get the best deal, and you're going to get the best service. I mean, that's a triple threat.
It is, Barry. It's a triple header, if you will. I mean, great service, great selection, great service after the sale. Think about that. They're just not waving to you as you leave because they want you to come back, and they're here for you, whatever you may need. Yep, that's right. They're going to send you the reminders. They're always here for you. You have a question, they're going to be there to answer it for you. So your transportation needs start right here at Stivers in Montgomery. It's Stivers Ford on the Eastern Boulevard where it meets the Troy Highway. And we'd love for you to come out and see us here today as well and see our friends, our sales associates. As Barry mentioned, we've been Stivers customers for over 15 years. Couldn't imagine, Barry, having any other type of vehicle.
I don't know why. I couldn't think of, I can't imagine a reason why.
That's right.
Oh, I couldn't make up a reason. Well, it's because they're not as roomy.
No.
I like this vehicle over a Stivers vehicle because the deal's not as good. You know, I couldn't even think of any reason why I would get anything other than a Stivers Ford. I can't imagine why anybody else would either.
You're exactly right. So come by and see us here today. We'd love to have you out and see all of our friends. You mentioned numbers, Barry. There are other things. I'm getting choked up about it, just thinking about it.
Yeah, in case you're wondering, I'm under the weather a little bit. My voice is not 100%. Don't adjust your audio settings on your big screen TV.
Yeah, numbers kind of stick in my brain, and I'll remember things like that. I also remember things like this. The defense is ahead of the offense.
You got to remember, see, don't worry. The defense at this time of the year is always ahead of the offense a little bit.
I had to go check my calendar. Is it 20, 21, 22, 23, or 24? Because it seems like I hear that a lot. The defense is ahead of the offense. And I referenced Tider Insider message board. Yes, it is true. I spent some time on it yesterday afternoon after talking to some of my info personnel that checked the scrimmage out. And it was pretty close to what Tider Insider was writing about.
We normally put no limits on our program. Anything goes on Longshore and McKnight.
True.
I got to put some limits on my participation. Don't ask me about the Braves game last night. Number one, because I didn't play. Don't ask me about the Field of Dreams game last night over in the cornfield in Iowa. It was a blowout game.
That wasn't the only blowout game, Barry. More on that later.
Don't ask me anything at all about any of the preseason games. Lions, Bengals. There was a Quinella. There were 5 anyway.
Okay.
Preseason games. Don't ask me about any of them.
I think it's a box. You know, if you're at the dog trap, you box one dog with 4 others or something like that. That's a Quinella, I believe.
Quinella.
Yeah. I think that's what it's called.
Not trifecta. Quinella. Yep.
Yeah.
Because I was spending my time, I was spending my entertainment dollars, so to speak, on the TiderInsider.com message boards. I thoroughly trust all of John's operatives in the field.
Yeah.
Many of them we deal with on a daily basis on the executive VIP.
I had to turn it
line.
on mute today, Barry.
Yeah, he had to keep that thing charged.
This thing has been
last
popping.
night.
Yeah.
But they got nothing on my operatives in the field.
What was
Stannis Baratheon, Old Gobbler, Big Ugly, Crimson Valor, Bama Death Machine.
What was the common theme that you were picking up as you were enjoying TI last night?
Well, the first red flag, I guess, I got was from Rodney, who I love like a brother.
Yep.
Rodney, he posts in there. Let me see if I can get it. This is relatively late. Remember, a lot of those passing numbers were in situational stuff, goal line, offense, and this and that. And I'm thinking, wait a minute.
Is that is
he trying to explain away some of the passing numbers?
A 2-yard pass?
And also, some of the other boys down there, wait a minute, I'm hearing the offensive line didn't do squat. The running game was non-existent. AK Deer got hurt or something like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of kind of the tone of what John's talking about. Is this 2022? Is this 2024?
Yeah. I thought it was deja vu.
It was almost uniformly down the line, unhappy.
There's not a lot of happiness. You're right there, Barry. There was a lot of gnashing of teeth, hand wringing. What does Rusty say? Window licking. Yeah, there was a lot of that type stuff. Ooh. You know, Barry, I knew, and I love to kind of, hear what people are saying. Then I got the text from you, and I went, oh, okay, let me check it out. And when Rodney's first entry is knee-jerk reaction from scrimmage, I went, this isn't going to be good.
Well,
not going to be good.
Maligator says, the offensive line is a train wreck, so let's wait and see what KW's, that's Kane Womack's, defense looks like.
Yeah.
A light in the black posts, then we are bleep, begins with an S.
Yeah.
Keelan Russell is the only choice. I could not. I kept telling myself, I got to stop scrolling. I got to stop scrolling.
You can't do it.
Hang on. One more.
No way.
One more page.
Yeah.
All right, let me see. Let me go to page 23.
Sure.
Okay, what does 23 say?
It's addictive.
Woo.
I
didn't see any of the scrimmage. I read some of Rodney's and his staff's synopsis of the scrimmage, but not enough to justify all the time that I spent.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of rah-rah. We're great. Sis Bamboo, things are going to be wonderful. Probably I'll read that today on the Bada Get a message board, no matter what happens in the scrimmage over at Auburn, which I'll probably be checking that out sometime over the weekend because I am a premium member of that site, so I can check it out.
Anytime he wants.
Yes. I mentioned this in the spring, Barry, and I don't want to, get everybody all hot and bothered. But what's up with E.J. Crowell? I mean, the last time I saw him, he's zipping off the field. Well, not zipping. No, it's on his own power. One of those little deals where you put your knee on it, you bend your
scooter,
knee.
yeah, on the little...
and you're kind of hopping with one leg. And he didn't participate yesterday.
He didn't participate in the spring.
Are we expecting to see him this fall?
Last time I saw him was when he ran for about $1.94 in the state championship game.
Yeah.
I don't know. And A.K. Deer is hurt. According to Rodney, his scrimmage notes, defense won the day.
Yeah.
Quote, while neither quarterback apparently had a banner, and he uses the quotes, had a banner scrimmage, sources summed up today's quarterback performance this way. Quote, Keelan is a playmaker. Both quarterbacks started slow, which is to be expected, especially with the talent on defense. That's to be expected? Are there other teams that they're going to be facing at some point that have talent on defense?
Here's what, and then I picked up on that as well, right? Because, we've been hearing all off season, man, this secondary is going to be really good. Bray Hubbard was all over the field yesterday.
Yeah.
But don't really know much about the linebacking position, the defensive line. We've talked with Rodney about that, but everything I'm hearing and reading is the defense really looked good. The defensive line had a real good day as well. But you know me, the kind of guy I am.
I do.
Is the defense really that good, or is the offense just stink?
That's my guy.
I'm thinking, I know what I saw out of this offense the last time they walked out onto the field. I've been asking it all summer. What's going to be different? Based on yesterday's results, doesn't look like much. Still can't run the ball. Offensive line can't make it move anybody out of the way. Can't open any holes up. Quarterbacks running around.
Can I add something to this? Can I pile on?
Yes, please.
Can I pile on? Both quarterbacks had balls that tipped off the hands of receivers for interceptions.
Yeah.
So you got that too. Hey, Ryan. Hey, I guess Lottie wasn't playing. Catch the ball, fellas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sometimes, Barry, that's reported just, I don't know, let's put it on the receiver. Let's don't make it look like the quarterback threw a terrible pass. I'm not saying that was the case, but I've seen it before. We don't want to, Barry, I remember there was a team and a player one year. Hey, man, don't criticize the quarterback. We want to make sure his confidence stays high.
That which didn't work last year for Jackson Arnold on the Plains. Quote from Rodney Orr, Tighter Insider. Yeah. Go get your subscription.
We're not going to give you all this info for free. You got to get your subscription.
$48 a year. The source told Rodney, quote, the offense looked ragged at times.
Ragged.
A long way to go. Didn't see much in the run game. A.K. Deer had a scoring run. Daniel Hill and Trayshawn Brown had a couple of runs, but not much downhill running. Not much push up front in the run game. Terrence Green stuffed a couple of runs inside the 10 versus the second O-line. Run game clearly has a ways to go based on today. End quote.
All right, so I tell you, I have been thinking, got to get Bob from Pike Road's thoughts about this today. He's a big O-line guy. Bob, what are you hearing? What are your thoughts about the scrimmage and the intel that's coming from that? Obviously, everybody else want to get your thoughts about it too. And look, if you want to hear this, okay. All right, they are going to have another scrimmage. And what's the deal, Barry? The most improvement comes from the first scrimmage to the second. And normally the offense looks better in the second scrimmage. And you know what? They got 5 games. They ought to be able to get through with a W to kind of get everything right in place for when they host Georgia in early October.
Well, a couple of things. Do we want any input from the chat line
early
on here?
Oh, yeah.
Way offsides, Jeff.
Yeah, let me hear it. Love this guy. Hey, little extra splendid today.
Yeah. I don't have the extra microphone. We can get you. Of course it looked ragged. It's a first scrimmage of preseason camp. It's not supposed to look perfect. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Because it did not. Now, Bob from Pike Road.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Bob.
He's like Faith, Hope, and Charity.
Yeah,
He's always there.
Give it to me, Bob.
He says, I hated to hear AK Deer appeared to be really hurt bad. His ankle. Metz, linebacker number 4. He's his name's Luke Metz. He's from
Can I go back
Georgia.
to AK Deer real quick? I don't know the extent of his injury. Same thing, ankle. They had to, help him off the field. But in this day and age, Barry, can't they get that thing tie-strapped or whatever it's called?
Tied rope.
Yeah, he'll be back by the first game.
Tie strap.
I don't know. That's a boating term, I think. I believe. I don't know.
Luke Metz is a linebacker, number 4, dominated the scrimmage. Going to be a real asset for Bama and Bob. A couple more. He says, if Bama can't run again this year,
Bob,
the broker of mediocre will be gone by late November. The O-line better play more physical, play fundamental, and establish a successful running game.
Well,
I could not. I kept telling myself, all right, that's enough. That's enough. I've got to close my laptop here. I've got to close my laptop.
It's
I got to
addictive,
get up
Barry.
early.
There's no doubt. I mean, it's it's similar to me on Sunday mornings after an Auburn football game that didn't go real well. I couldn't wake up quick enough. Ooh, what's Philip got to say today? Sometimes Philip wouldn't post till later in the day, which would irk me. Because I go, wait a minute, I got up and you're not ready?
Well, yeah. John says, well, I'm not going back to sleep. I'll go ahead and read Philip. And it's 4 a.m. and Philip ain't up. So anyway.
When we get back from our first break, Barry, I've been thinking about this after, talking to people, reading stuff, all that kind of good stuff. And I'm feeling even stronger about it today. But I want to just kind of lay it out there, and I want to kind of break it down. It's just not a knee-jerk reaction that I'm going to get to when we return. We're here live at Stivers Ford in Montgomery. You know, Barry, that America's best-selling truck, the F-150, over 50 years.
Yeah.
I mean, none of these other car manufacturers can even touch it. 50 years. I mean, what do you do when you go into the board meeting and the guy goes, hey, man, what are y'all going to do against that F-150 this year? Well, we're working on it.
Yeah,
you've been telling me that for 50 years.
Hey, guys, I'm looking on the other auto dealers' message boards. They say it looks to us like it's going to be 51 years in a row.
Yeah.
Have you seen the 27 F-150s? We're not going to be able to compete again, guys. So not only is it 50 years as the number 1 selling truck in America, but John, it sure doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon either.
No way. You're talking about the F-150, Barry, right here, right now. New 2026 Ford F-150s at Stivers, up to $16,000 off MSRP. Or 0% APR financing for 36 months. But there's more. $1,000 down payment assistance, 2-year, 25,000-mile maintenance, no payments for 90 days. Plus, they're going to throw in $2,250 off the MSRP. So many great things going on here for you at Stivers. The F-150 and so much more. We're going to tell you all about it throughout the day today. They'll be here all weekend for you at Stivers, where price sells cars.
He's John Longshore. I'm Barry McKnight. We're in the showroom at Stivers Ford Lincoln on the Eastern Boulevard of the Troy Highway in Montgomery, Alabama. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Longshore and McKnight are brought to you in part by Stivers Automotive, Stivers Ford in Montgomery, and Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Prattville. For the absolute best on-site selection, service, and price, no other dealer can match Stivers. Stivers Ford in Montgomery is located at 4000 Eastern Boulevard and online at stiversfordmontgomery.com. Stivers CDJR in Prattville is located at 2209 Cobbs Ford Road and online at stiverscdjr.com. Longshore and McKnight have been Stivers customers for over 15 years. You should be too. Stivers Automotive, where price sells cars, trucks, and SUVs.
All right, man, grab a Budweiser and take a knee. It is the best time of the year. It's baseball season. That means sunshine. It means behind-the-back peanut tosses. And it means sharing some cold, frosty Budweisers with your boys. Because there's nothing more American than watching America's game with America's beer. So let me ask you something. Are you ready to bring your A game? Are you ready to cheer every frozen rope down the line and amazing catch at the warning track? Are you ready for pitcher's duels and slugfests? Tell me, are you ready for the thrill of an incredible walk-off victory? I can't hear you. Are you ready for Budweiser and baseball? Then get on your feet, raise an ice-cold Bud, and let's make this season larger than life. Great times await. Grab some Bud!
Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Phoenix Physical Therapy is ready to help patients recover, recharge, and rise. They develop a customized therapy plan for each patient to get them back to enjoying their favorite activities. Their experienced team is committed to providing exceptional care in a professional environment. Whether you're looking to prevent or treat an injury, recover from a recent illness, or recuperate from surgery, schedule an appointment with one of their clinics and take advantage of physical therapy, athletic training, workers' comp, and employer solution services. Get back in the game, get back to work, and get back to life with Phoenix Physical Therapy. To find a location near you and to schedule an appointment, go to phoenixphysicaltherapy.com. That's phoenixphysicaltherapy.com. Okay,
We're here.
we're here back in Stivers Ford in Montgomery, where Price sells cars. I'd love for you to come by and see. It's a beautiful day here today, Barry. The deals are as hot as the weather is outside, so take advantage of that during the sizzling summer savings sales event going on right here. As we mentioned as we open up the program here today, we're live 7 to 9, but of course you can watch it anytime, listen anytime on your schedule. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate it. So many vehicles here on the lot, Barry, new vehicles. Just, it's amazing how many. I mean, I could go, man, I like that one. I could like that one. Ooh, I like that one too. Oh, I could see myself behind the wheel in that one. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to choose which one you want.
Crew cab, all the different colors, all
yeah.
the different style packages. You can get one like our buddy Steve that was orange and blue.
Oh, it sure was,
with the
yeah.
proper orange and the proper blue. You walk in here into the showroom where we are at Stivers Ford. You see the lovely face of Kelly,
That's true.
the front desk. She basically runs the place. They're going to have to give her some more room over there.
Yeah,
because right behind her is their big trophy case. And John, that thing is packed.
You're right, man. There's some new ones.
They got all these plaques across the front for sales numbers. Underneath there, they got all of these trophies, the stand-up trophies. Those are for, not just for sales, but for customer satisfaction.
Beautiful.
And all that stuff as well. They're going to have to get a bigger spot for all those trophies. Come see why. See why they win all these awards, why they move so many vehicles, why there are so many Stivers logos on the backs of so many cars throughout the river region and beyond at Stivers Ford Lincoln on the Eastern Boulevard at the Troy Highway.
Barry, I mentioned as we went to break, and I've kind of felt this way throughout the spring and summer. And people ask you, what do you think this team's going to do in the fall? What do you think this team's going to do, whatever? And in looking at Alabama in particular, I've kind of found it hard to get them to 10 wins. Looking there again, just looking at the schedule.
All right. Knowing what we know, seeing what we see from yesterday, or what we think we see from yesterday.
And what we're hearing about other teams that are on their schedules.
Yeah.
To me, Barry, this is a 4-loss team. But I'm gonna add this to it. They'll only lose 3 games in the regular season. They'll lose a 4th. I never felt this team was going to win a national championship.
No.
Still don't feel like they're going to win a national championship. But they're going to lose 4 games. So whether Kalen DeBoer wins 9 and finishes the regular season 9-3, I believe it'll end up being a 9-4 type year because they won't make it to the national championship game. Don't really think they're going to make it to the SEC championship game.
They're not.
Is 9-4 going to be good enough? I mean, think about this, Barry.
9-4 with a loss to Minnesota in the Hall of Fame game or whatever they call it these days.
Just think of this. And I'm past experience. I mean, that's what I'm basing this on, judging it on, because I'm looking at how this team has performed in the last couple of years. If they go 9-3 in the regular season and say they, let's just say they lose to Georgia, they lose to A&M, and heck, let's just say Auburn beats them in the last game.
Yes.
You know, just throwing out 3 losses.
This is before Auburn's first scrimmage.
Yeah.
And after Alabama's first scrimmage. So we got a little leeway thinking we've got conclusions drawn about Alabama and we still don't know much about Auburn.
Let me hit the rewind on that because if they lose to Auburn in the finale, I'm not even sure they'll go to a bowl game.
I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure the question of whether DeBoer stays or goes is going to be a question at that point.
So let's go with Georgia, A&M, and LSU.
Those are the 3 likely ones. Yeah. John and I are in accord on
Let's say they lose those 3.
All right.
And they do not make the college football playoff, which most people I'm hearing that do this type stuff, that print stuff out, make publications, this, that, and the other, don't think Alabama will make the 12-team playoff this year. If they go 9-3, Barry, and they play, pick a team, in the Capital One Citrus Bowl or whatever it's called these days, how many players are going to play in the game, going to care to play in the game? My point being, you're going to see another kind of output like you saw against Indiana.
How many of those players that do play are going to play hard in the game? Is that what you're asking?
Or even
unlike
play
the second half of the Indiana
Coach.
game?
Wait a minute. We just wrapped up the regular season on November the 28th, and you want us to go down to Orlando and play some Big Ten team in a game that means absolutely nothing? And I know what the old school is going to say. Oh, it's a bowl
for the
game.
Crimson Tide. Your name can get writ in Crimson Flame.
No.
Come on.
No.
This is a 3-layered segment here. And we'll go from the top to the bottom. And it is not like peculiar to Alabama fans, but Alabama fans are in rarefied air. Not many teams feel the way Alabama fans. Not many people think the way Alabama fans think. When John says this Alabama team's not going to win a national championship, a lot of you immediately think, well, why is he dogging Alabama? You know, that's like a humiliating kick in the crotch. You know, why is he dogging us for this? Fellas, it is not the worst criticism in the world to say this team doesn't look like a championship team. Only one team can win it. And if it's not Alabama, that does not mean that it is an absolute waste of time this entire 2026 season.
Well, I see you working there, Barry, but what they're thinking and what they're saying is, what? We're not going to make the 12-team playoff?
That's the second layer.
I'm out.
That's the second layer right there. That's the second layer. Well, at least we've made the playoff again, and the Aubs never have. They would have that to fall on. But if they don't make the playoff, John, that's the biggest right there. We didn't make the playoff. We're not one of the top 12 teams. So you weren't one of the top 12 teams in all the preseason polls and everything. That would be rough. And the third part of it would be, okay, if you're not going to win a national championship, you're not even going to make the playoff. The third layer is, are you going to win enough games to keep your coach? Again, that is a rare thing that only Alabama fans and maybe a couple of other schools deal with. You got a guy that made the playoff, that's won at least 9-10 games every year, doesn't embarrass the program and everything. He wins 9 games this year, and you want to fire him and eat $70-something million?
Well, see, that's the deal.
Those are the 3 layers.
Yeah. See, where you win 9 games and end up 9-4, you're not going to fire the guy. But there's going to be a lot of unhappiness. Don't like it. Didn't make the playoff. Ridiculous. Again, your last game's November 28th, and say you got Georgia and Texas and Ole Miss or whoever's in the SEC championship game. So you got to go through that week of them getting in the spotlight. Everybody's talking about them. Nobody's talking about you. And then you got to wait a whole month as the playoff is underway, because that's all you're going to hear on ESPN, the college football playoff. But, oh, by the way, on New Year's Day at 11 o'clock, just to kind of get you ready,
we'll bring you into Tampa, Florida at Raymond James Stadium.
Bama playing.
I like the idea of Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State. Bama and Penn State. Yawner.
Yeah.
So I mean,
this is what we're dealing with.
I don't want people to go, man, I was looking forward to my weekend, and you have really just poo-pooed on it.
Can I add, I've got layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. National championship playoff or enough wins to keep DeBoer's job.
Yeah. Now, Barry, he's got to go below 500, and there's got to be an off-the-field issue before they get rid of him. No,
he could go 7-5 and lose to Auburn, and everybody's cool.
No, they ain't cool. But the guy that counts the money and balances the books, y'all ain't getting rid of this guy.
Well,
you're
here's
stuck.
Here's the deal. Does this also factor into it all? Disappointment at not winning a national championship, disappointment at not making the college football playoff. 8 wins, maybe 9, and the offseason conjecture continues about DeBoer. Is he the man for the job? Is the job too big for him? But Byron Brown leads Auburn to a Cinderella season. You're reading more like AL.com's Kevin Skarbinski. Are you looking for this year's Indiana? Take a peek at Auburn. Auburn, a Cinderella story. A one-year quarterback, similar to 2010, catches fire, goal-ash, runs a fast-paced offense that people are having a hard time catching up to. DJ Durkin has a lockdown defense, and Auburn captures the nation's fancy on their way to a 10-win season and a college football playoff berth.
Now that would sting.
Give me a moment to luxuriate in just that thought.
Yeah. Now, not many people out there in the football world are thinking or predicting that. These little fantasy stories are fun in the middle of August. But, Barry, my mind could be totally different September the 14th, a month from today. Because by September the 14th, Alabama would have played 2 games, getting ready for Florida State in week 3. We'll kind of get now, of course, East Carolina and Kentucky, even though I do think Kentucky with the points might be a good wager, but more on that later. But maybe a month from now, I'll have a little bit different feel about this team. But I know the last time I saw them is still clear in my mind. And what's happened throughout the spring and summer, anything different? Know some new faces across that offensive line. Really, alpha dog on defense, I don't know. But 2 quarterbacks that some guy that's people thinks, one of the greatest analysts of college football has predicted Alabama, no matter who the quarterback is going to have the 6th best quarterback in the SEC. We don't know who that guy is, but hey, they're still going to have the 6th best.
Going into week 3 at 2-0, Florida State comes to Tallahassee behind new Seminole quarterback Ashton Daniels, who the last time Alabama saw him, he was throwing for 259, ran for 108. And if it wasn't for Cam Coleman fumbling late on a drive that could have won it for Auburn, Ashton Daniels would have his name on one of those marble things at Toomer's Corner.
I don't want to be all doom and gloom here. I'm just trying to get, I know, Barry, I know there are other outlets out there that it's all happy and good and pumping sunshine and everything's wonderful and great. We've talked about that. So I'm not trying to be doom and gloom here. I do think, obviously, Alabama's got some really good quarterbacks. We don't know which one's going to start, but whomever it is, seems to be the general consensus is they're going to be fine either way. But who's going to protect them?
Who's going to take pressure off of them with the running game?
That's right. That's exactly right. So we'll see. But there again, how many times have we been through this in August? Defense is ahead of the offense. Offense looks sluggish. Didn't really look good. Barry, I'm going to make this prediction.
Uh-oh.
After scrimmage number 2, whether it's true or manufactured, it will be a flip of what we're talking about today. Barry, I hear that offense blew them out. The offensive line was nasty.
Every year for the 30-year partnership we've had, I look forward to the day before the Iron Bowl, the day after the Iron Bowl, the day before the start of the season, the Monday after the start of the season, SEC Media Days, and the show after Alabama's first scrimmage of the fall. Those are high points in my broadcast calendar. Let's not talk about what it'll be after the second scrimmage. This has always been one of the great shows we have every year, is the first show after Alabama's first scrimmage of preseason camp, because people lose their minds.
They do. So just
and I am here for it.
Just tap the brakes, calm down. I mean, I maybe have stirred the pot just a little bit this morning, but I think things just, there again, I still see this team losing 4 games, and that 4th will be after the regular season. So 3 regular season games. If I'm not mistaken, Barry, that gets Alabama over the posted win total in Las Vegas, which I believe the last time I checked was 8.5. So they're getting over that win total, but does 9 games get them into the college football playoff? 9 wins get them over into the college football playoff? I don't know. I'm glad, Barry, at the top of hour number 2, our man Josh Harris, the Moneyline Magician, is going to join us to maybe enlighten us, give us a little more positive vibe about what he's hearing about this Alabama team as they prep for that opener against East Carolina.
Maybe he's in that camp. Guys, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're going to get this done. We're live.
And I'll say this, folks. I'm going to be in Tuscaloosa today and tomorrow. I'm going to be, kind of snooping around a little bit to get a little bit more intel. I'm supposed to be going up there, Barry, to help the young ones move in. Yeah, I hear you, Kelly.
Kelly's right.
The little lady didn't like my response when she asked me about helping them move in. And I said, do you want to know who helped me move in 40 years ago? Me only, and my buddies. It was like, have a good semester, son. We'll see you Thanksgiving. Call once a week.
And it's been a long time since I first moved into Sled Hall on the University of Florida campus many, many years ago. But I don't remember having more than a suitcase and a backpack and bedding, and that was it.
We got to take a break. This is going to take too long for me to tell you.
We had move-in day this past week, not this week, but the week past, over at Troy. And, I can't get around campus without mamas and daddies out there.
That's right.
And I'm thinking, are they going on an expedition to the moon? How big are these dorm rooms? How big are these apartments? Goodness gracious. This is like an expedition to Everest. I had 1 suitcase, a couple of books. Holy smokes, people. Anyway, got to take a break.
Yeah, we do, because I got to tell you a few things when we get back.
It's Longshore and McKnight, live from Stivers Ford Lincoln on the Eastern Boulevard of the Troy Highway in Montgomery, Alabama, in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Known by avid golfers as one of the most beautiful and challenging stops on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, Cambrian Ridge in Greenville lies just 40 miles from Montgomery. It is well worth the ride for any golfer looking for 27 holes of jaw-dropping golf. The greens have been redesigned to accommodate the higher green speeds associated with their installation of the latest generation of ultra-dwarf Bermuda grass. Cambrian Ridge offers a fully stocked pro shop with all the latest equipment and apparel. Great food and beverages in the clubhouse can be enjoyed both before and after your round. Get your group together and hit the trail. Go to rtjgolf.com/Cambrian Ridge for tee times and more information.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Why Hands? At Hands Heating and Air, you get this area's highest ranked service provider with 24-hour repair service, no overtime charges, and their same-day service guarantee. Plus, instead of other companies' 30-day repair warranty, Hands gives you a 3-year repair warranty. Hands Heating and Air is here for you 24/7, 365. And service is not just something they do, it's their way of operating, for you in mind. All of Hands employees are trained to adhere to this standard. They work hard to ensure that this standard is maintained, and they are constantly looking for new ways to better serve you. Call Hands Heating and Air today at 508-5382. That's 508-5382, or find them on the web at 834hands.com.
All righty, welcome back in, everybody. Glad you're with us here. About 19 minutes to the top of the hour. We're live at Stivers Ford in Montgomery, where Price sells cars. One of my neighbors, Barry, watching the show this morning, just texted me and said, "Hey, I think I just saw Junior pass my house on his way to college." They are on their way. And I feel a little guilty about this? I'm not so sure. So,
Should he is the question.
Mama had them all packed up. And, you got to get all this done. We got to have it done. I said, honey, it's going to take 30 minutes to get it done. Yeah, it's not going to take all day. They've got it all packed. Just got to stick it in the car. So I said, listen, I got some stuff I got to do. Obviously, I'm at Stivers, and then I got some stuff after that. I said, I'm going to get to T-Town as quick as well, we need you there by at least blah, blah, blah. I said, I'm not so sure I'm going to get there by then.
I feel a need. I know John's wife. I don't think that's an adequate representation of her voice. Let me just say that.
Because I'm thinking once I get up there, everything's already going to be unloaded. They're going to be putting stuff up. And I'm thinking, I'm just going to be standing around going, what am I supposed to be doing up here?
Ooh,
Kelly. The boys, I'm thinking, who hung my stuff up when I got there? I'm always going back
Kelly's
to when
shaking her head. And
I did it 40 years ago. So they're already heading up there. I think move-in's 9:30. You got to pull in. The guys get all your stuff out. Then you got to put it in your room.
Okay,
So I'm gonna get there. And I've got some stuff I've got to take as well that I know they're waiting on. But I'm thinking we rolled in. If we missed something, we went over to the Kmart over there on McFarland or Skyland Boulevard, picked up what we needed. Came back. Okay, we're good.
Is there even a Kmart anymore?
No, there's not. There's not even a Kmart anymore. But Barry, I'm seeing this stuff where, and I had two girls as well that lived in Tutwiler their first year, the old Tutwiler, and their stories, and it's at Alabama, it's at Ole Miss. I'm sure there's some other SEC schools where these mamas get interior decorators to come in and decorate these girls' dorm
I've
rooms.
seen that. They've got like neon
Unbelievable
art on the wall with their daughter's name in neon. Plug it in.
I mean, you got to be kidding
This
me.
is along the lines of the story I read the other day that that some mamas, parents of University of Alabama sorority rushies spend $6,200 for rush advisors, ladies who get them coached up on rush, who get them the proper makeup, the proper dresses, and all that kind of stuff. Have some perspective, people. An interior decorator for the dorm?
Unbelievable.
My old roommate, my best roommate at the University of Florida, his name's Daryl. He's from Fort Walton Beach.
Oh, man.
And
You go to Choctahatchee High School?
No, he was a Fort Walton Beach High School Viking.
Okay, all right.
Number 67, right tackle on the football team.
Nice.
He had a comforter. He had a pillow without a pillowcase. He had 3 or 4 things to wear, and he had actually a Bud Light neon sign that he had boosted from the Hoggly Woggly in Tallahassee, I think.
The Hoggly Wall. I never heard of that.
Oh, that's
place.
that's a convenience store,
Okay.
or was anyway.
All right.
That was it.
That's it.
Now interior decorators.
Unreal. Unbelievable.
My guy here,
Hey.
he ain't paying for no interior decorator. You're fortunate that he's even going to get there when he does. He's got to do the show. They get that. They understand that. But then John says, and a few other things I got to take care of.
Here's one. There were a couple of things I had to chuckle at. Well, I've got to go up there and make their beds for them. And I thought, how many times you think they're going to make the bed after you leave? No, they won't even wash the sheets. Are you kidding me?
Hey, Kelly, do we have a shovel around here so John can keep digging this hole he's digging right now?
I mean, I got to go make the bed.
No.
No, this is her second baby going to college. It's the baby. And she ain't happy about that either. Yeah. It's the baby
Kelly's
leaving the nest. And it's actually my baby too. So my youngest, her youngest, our youngest, I guess now for 10 years it's been ours. They're the two young ones. So yeah, maybe I'm a little too giddy about, man, next week it's going to be quiet.
We're going empty nest now.
Empty nest.
I only have one child, and he graduated from college several years ago.
Yeah.
So I ain't got to deal with it for a long time. But I'm on a campus where thousands move in every semester and all that.
Now,
and there is a startling lack of perspective amongst a lot
I will
of
say
those
this,
mamas
Barry.
and dads.
I'm expecting, say, Thursday night, I'm sitting there, watching a little TV, Jesse Waters or whatever, and I'm going to look over at her, and there's going to be this little sad pout on her face. I know that's coming. And I'm going to say, should I say, well, honey, what's wrong? Or should I say, they're okay. It's all right. They're having a good time. School started yesterday. They're in a routine. All's good. So I know that's coming. I got to be a little gentle, I guess. But I got to go up there and make their bed. I got to hang their towels for them. I got that one too. I said the towel won't even hit the rack. They'll get out of the shower. It'll be on the floor.
When I was in college, you used your towel until it just either, same thing with a wash rag. You get the wash rag out there and it is solid as rock, and you got to, kind of crunch it out a little bit and get it, because you never wash it, right?
I'm be interested, Barry, to see how often their clothes are washed, because that takes time. Wait a minute. I got to go down there to the wash and dryer place, because they have like these community washer and dryers in the dorms.
The Murphy Commons.
And you got to go down there and put your stuff in, and you got to wait and go and put it in the dryer. You ain't got time for that. So I wonder how often that's going to happen.
The laundry room, especially at a dorm like Murphy Commons.
I'm going to get my coffee. Keep talking.
The laundry room
is
like the weight room at the gym, you know. You got some people in there that'll put their laundry in there, overstuff the dryer, and they'll leave for like 3 hours. And you're sitting there with all your stuff. It's wet. You're thinking, man, that guy ain't been here in 3 hours. What are you going to do? You're going to take it out, right? And you got to make sure you're not there because he'll come in and he'll take it out. And then I get the transition in college. Now,
is that proper etiquette? Can you take somebody else's clothes out? Oh, I didn't think so.
It's not proper etiquette, but you got to do it. That's their fault. It's the same thing in the weight room. Whenever somebody's just sitting there on the bench press machine, scrolling through Twitter. How many of you guys have had this happen? You're at Anytime Fitness or you're at Orange Theory or something like that, and you got this cute girl over there. She's working out on the leg curl or something like that. And she has got her AirPods in.
Spandex?
Yeah. And she's watching her phone, and that's your next deal. I mean, she got to get to the leg curl machine, and she's just sitting there. She ain't exercising. She'd finished exercising, but she's just sitting there. And you look over your shoulder, and you know what you see? Us. You think, man, I love Longshore McKnight too, but can I do my leg presses now? Oh, yeah, sorry. And everything. You've got to go up and make an issue out of it. Otherwise, she's only going to turn it off after Josh Harris is over with, and you're going to miss your entire, circuit.
Yeah.
So that's what the laundry room was like. Look, it's been a week now since Troy had move-in day. Alabama's going on right now. Rush is already over with, which is a spectacle. In Tuscaloosa, the first scrimmage is over with, so people are running around, running into walls, banging into fence posts and stuff, screaming and yelling. Chip Diller is saying, "Remain calm, all is well." This is an optimum time to do our show, and I look forward to it every year. The first show after Bama's first preseason.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Is awesome.
Jay, Joe, I just put a little Splenda, just a tad. Joe said I need to man up, drink my coffee black. It is black. I just put a touch of Splenda in there to kind of give it a little hint of sweetness. This is a really good cup of coffee. Kelly brought it to me. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
I had a cup this morning. It was too weak. I think I hit the wrong button.
Listen, ain't nobody. I mean, I don't drink coffee. I've never drank coffee. I'm the only morning show host in the nation in my career that never drank coffee. Heck, at our old place, I'm not sure there are any more morning show hosts. But
well, I was about to say, man, we were the only two people that didn't smoke.
Yes.
Everybody in radio smoked.
But
except us.
John will get his coffee. John's got to have his coffee.
Yeah.
Nobody complains about coffee more than John does. This one's a little weak. Oh, that one over there, that's a little too frou-frou. Woo, this right here, man, that'll put hair on your chest and everything. Always commenting on the coffee.
Yeah, they've always had good coffee here at Stivers. Jeff always brings us some great coffee from 7 Brew. It's good too. I like that.
Yeah, the coffee here from everybody, we've talked to customers and stuff. The coffee here is the premium stuff.
I tell you another good place. It's one of our sponsors. I'm going to give them a shout out because our man Barbecue Bob at Dreamland
Barbecue.
And he tipped me off to it. The coffee at Riverbank. You go to Riverbank location. I go to the downtown location. They got great coffee at Riverbank. I don't know what it is, but they got great coffee.
The tellers, the loan officers, they're sitting there crunching numbers.
Yep.
They'll see John. John is also an account holder at Riverbank. They'll see John walk in. He'll head straight to the coffee. "Good morning, Mr. Longshore." "Hey, good morning." "Boom, buddy, how are you?" And he'll go straight to the coffee. He'll get him some coffee, and he'll walk right out. And they're like, "Did you have any banking business to do? Would you like to make a deposit, a withdrawal, perchance?" John goes to Riverbank, even if he doesn't have any, major financial business, just to get some coffie.
I have done that before. I don't make a habit of it.
No,
but I have done it before, and they are nice enough because I do majority of the time I'm in there doing some banking business.
Yeah.
But there were times I go, I'm thinking we can go in here to the bank and get a cup of coffee. It's good stuff. So
John to Riverbank, walking into Riverbank is something like Warren Buffett walking into Berkshire Hathaway or something. They're like, "Oh, hello, Mr. Longshore."
Yeah.
Kind
of like Lewis when he was walking into Duke and Duke. Whoa.
Looking good, Lewis. Let's take a break. It's Longshore and McKnight, live from Stivers Ford Lincoln on the Eastern Boulevard of the Troy Highway in Montgomery, Alabama, in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Known by avid golfers as one of the most beautiful and challenging stops on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, Cambrian Ridge in Greenville lies just 40 miles from Montgomery. It is well worth the ride for any golfer looking for 27 holes of jaw-dropping golf. The greens have been redesigned to accommodate the higher green speeds associated with their installation of the latest generation of ultra-dwarf Bermuda grass. Cambrian Ridge offers a fully stocked pro shop with all the latest equipment and apparel. Great food and beverages in the clubhouse can be enjoyed both before and after your round. Get your group together and hit the trail. Go to rtjgolf.com/Cambrian Ridge for tee times and more information. Longshore and McKnight are brought to you in part by Stivers Automotive, Stivers Ford in Montgomery, and Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Prattville. For the absolute best on-site selection, service, and price, no other dealer can match Stivers. Stivers Ford in Montgomery is located at 4000 Eastern Boulevard, and online at stiversfordmontgomery.com. Stivers CDJR in Prattville is located at 2209 Cobbs Ford Road and online at stiverscdjr.com. Longshore and McKnight have been Stivers customers for over 15 years. You should be too. Stivers Automotive, where Price sells cars, trucks, and SUVs.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. If you encounter one wolf, chances are there's a pack nearby. Fortunately, the same applies to beer. Head for the mountains of Bush. The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. To avoid going in circles, make note of recognizable landmarks, like that.
What's wrong with going in circles?
Different circles, Ross.
Okay.
Head for the mountains.
The Destin Connection Seafood Market at 3750 Norman Bridge Road in Montgomery has the freshest seafood direct from the Gulf of America. I'm talking red snapper and grouper, all sizes of Gulf shrimp, jumbo lump crab meat and crab claws, Louisiana Bay oysters, and New Bedford scallops. They are a full-service seafood market and kitchen serving po' boys, dinners, and sandwiches. You know, many well-known restaurants in the river region purchase their seafood from the Destin Connection because they know it's the absolute best. Call ahead and your order will be ready for pickup. The Destin Connection Seafood Market, 3750 Norman Bridge Road. Call 288-4272. That's 288-4272.
Okay, here we are back at it live at Stivers Ford in Montgomery, where Price sells cars. Come see our friends here for all of your transportation needs. It's the Summer Savings Sizzling Sales event continuing on here at Stivers. It's hot out there, Barry. We know that, but it's hot here at Stivers with the incredible deals that they've got here for you. We've been telling you about the F-150, America's best-selling truck for over 50 years in a row, up to $16,000 off or 0% APR for 36 months. How about the 2025 Ford Bronco up to $12,000 off MSRP? The Bronco Sport up to $10,000 off MSRP or 0% for 36 months. The Expedition up to $13,000 off here at Stivers, where Price sells cars on the Eastern Boulevard here, where it meets the Troy Highway.
It's a beautiful day today. It's going to be a nice weekend this weekend. We are literally now minutes away from the start of Auburn's first preseason scrimmage. It'll be this morning. It may already be going on. I may be off by a few minutes. I know they're out there. Which will be more highly concentrated upon on the message boards? Auburn 247, auburnsports.com, or TiderInsider.com, because they need to feel good about something.
Yeah, that's very
interesting. And in the past, when things have gone south for Alabama, when something has happened that they haven't been especially proud of or been frustrated by, they can clap each other on the shoulder and say, well, I know that stunk. That was rough. But at least we're not Auburn, right? So the opportunity is there to kind of ease some of the anxiety for Bama fans. Still can't run the ball. Offensive line still looks lost, whatever. By saying,
Barry,
oh,
I think
let's check out the off.
I don't want to go to this extreme, but I can see a little possibility of Auburn podcast guy taking over the role of the late, great Philip Marshall. And what I mean by that is the positive. Everything's great. I don't want to go as far as spin. I think that's overused, but I think you know what I'm talking about.
But
so, yeah, I mean, me dabbling into, because I see a lot of stuff on YouTube because we're on it, and I'm, checking out how our program looked, and I'll see other stuff. The first 30 seconds I'm going, man, you never know. This team's had 5 straight losing seasons. Woo, man, they are ultra positive over there. So I might have to take a little look at that too.
Instead of what we've seen on TiderInsider.com, hey, don't forget the offense at this time of year usually is behind the defense, so don't read that much into it. But then they look at Auburn message board, and yep, same old Aubs.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That offense looks pretty bad. I thought Cam Jr. over there was going to
Cam Jr.
What's good for your program ought to be good for their program as well. But I get it. I get it.
It makes
It's
these
human
long,
nature.
hot summer days go by a little faster. Now, Barry, we've spent an hour giving our thoughts about Bama's scrimmage yesterday in Tuscaloosa. Really looking forward to hearing what the money line magician, Josh Harris, who's joining us now today. So, Theotis, buckle down. Josh is here for you. Josh, what do you think? Where are you? You've read the message boards. You hear what people are saying. Is it as bad as what we're reading?
No, we're the Tide. We're elite. No,
there you go.
It is. It's terrifying, man. It is like.
All right. Okay. All right.
It is. We got injuries. We got an 8.5 over/under on wins this year. I mean, it's like, what in the world is going on? I'm in with all my buddies, and we're in Chicago for Louis Cardinal's son, much belated birthday, bachelor party. Excuse me.
Tell him I said happy birthday.
Bachelor party, but it's a year late. So sorry, I meant to say. Yeah,
it's an entirely different vibe from a birthday party.
Yes, totally.
Right. We all we're all getting old and needed a real excuse to get out of the house. So, it's Charles's bachelor party. We're going to go to Chicago.
There you go, Charles. My son-in-law
job, buddy.
in New Orleans for a bachelor party this weekend as well. Seems to be the theme this weekend. I'm a little old for bachelor parties, though, I believe. So
I'm a little old, too old for it. We tried to go out last night. We ain't got it anymore, John.
I hear you.
Speaking of another entity who it seems like they ain't got it anymore either. I feel like a therapist. Josh, speak through your fears. Address the terror that you feel as an Alabama fan right now. Let's talk this out.
Yeah.
It just hasn't. It feels like I'm in 6th grade again, nervous about, are we going to win more than half the games this year? I mean, it's hope we have a bunch of hype, but like 32 in recruiting, like what's happening out there?
At least you don't have to hit the load more button to find where Alabama is in the recruiting rankings.
Like you've had to for Auburn.
Is a positive. But Josh, I said this earlier this morning on the show. We might feel differently a month from now on September the 14th. After Alabama has 2 games under their belt, got Florida State coming in, could feel completely different. And it would not shock me that after Alabama's second scrimmage, man, the offense looked great. The O-line was blowing holes open for these guys. Totally different, because we've seen that before in past seasons. Just the positive side of it. But I still am looking at a team that's going to lose 4 games when it's all said and done. And that 4th one will be in postseason. Will it be in the playoff? Don't think so. Will it be in Atlanta at the SEC championship? Don't think so. Will it be in the Capital One Bowl against Penn State? More than likely. That ain't a kind of season or an ending that Bama fan wants. 9 wins, but the way that they finished, not going to be happy.
It's not. I mean, it's the fact that you and I are sitting here having this conversation like before the season and just being like, we're going to win 8 games, and we feel, we hadn't felt this way in forever. I mean, the news just doesn't. You don't get positive news out of training camp anymore. Like the fact that Keelan Russell isn't named the starter and isn't the most elite quarterback in the nation. Like that's what you think's going to happen, but why not? Why is there still a quarterback competition? Why is this number 1 quarterback not panning out? It's kind of scary.
Why is there still a quarterback controversy? Why are there still questions on the offensive line? Why is there still no downhill aspect to the running game? Feel free to expand on any or all of these topics, John.
It's
Is all of
there's
this
not an
legit?
answer. I don't have an
Is this
answer.
legit concerns, or is this just Bama fan being Bama fan and being really ticked off because they're not going to win a national championship this year?
It's real concern. I mean, it's
Okay,
not like I
fair.
just feel like we're not going to win a national championship. It's my concern is, are we going to be able to maintain this long term? Like, is NIL going to be the end of the dynasty? Like, my concerns are much more than this season. I don't know. I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but it sure feels nerve wracking. I mean, it feels like we're getting closer and closer to that school in West Alabama.
Oh, boy. Yeah, shoo. Josh,
Sorry,
I'm
John.
extremely. I was thinking, what, LaGrange College? I'm more and more confident that Alabama is not going to win the national championship. I am extremely confident making that statement. But what I find it difficult to say, and I'm somewhat confident in this statement as well, they're not going to make the college football playoff. And that's what I think is what Alabama fans are really the most concerned about. Hey, man, we've at least got to be one of the top 12 teams in the country. And if we don't make the playoff, oh, boy. I mean, just think about it. The last regular season game's on November the 28th against Auburn. That better go well for DeBoer. Then they got the SEC championship game, which 2 other teams will be playing in, not Alabama. And then the playoff starts 2 weeks after that. They're all talking about the playoff. And then, oh, by the way, New Year's Eve or 11 o'clock, they're going to play Penn State in the Outback Bowl. Whoopee. That's what Bama fan does.
That's what we think. I mean, we're turning into like, who are we? I mean, it's just a whole different. I mean, this is just a whole different mindset. We haven't even seen our team play a game, and I've never started off saying we're not gonna make the playoffs. Like, it's because you keep seeing us drop on these preseason lists further and further and further down, and it's just decline after decline. After we haven't gotten any better. Every year we've gotten worse, and you didn't think it could get any worse. Like, you didn't think it could get worse than that Florida State game. And then you get just, it wasn't the playoffs, but just embarrassed by Indiana. And now I've got to listen to Kirk Cignetti all summer talk his talk, get compared to Saban and act like he's the greatest thing to ever walk on the face of the earth. And I can't really say anything to defend against it. He did beat the hell out of us.
This is more serious than I thought.
Oh, continue.
Yeah, keep going.
It's awful. I mean, just having to listen to Cignetti talk about how the Midwestern schools are the big bad schools because they beat us. It's like, can we shut him up? Like, please, somebody shut him up.
The answer, of course, is no, we cannot.
Josh, Barry, the years of, so where's the national championship going to be played this year? Should I go ahead and make my reservations today?
Hey, yeah. And when you do, when we went before, we stayed at the Westin whatever. It was very nice. Make sure to get the continental breakfast,
I'd get an email from Total Sports Travel on the 4th of July. Make your national championship reservations today. Hell yeah, I'm in.
That's what I was about to say. Those annual trips, those credit cards that are all maxed out from years and years of going to national championship games. People got saving some money at least a little bit, as long as you're not losing it to the man.
Yeah,
I'm not going down to Miami every year and Pasadena and New Orleans, and we're going to go to Tampa, and we're going to pay $30 and sit on the 50. It's gonna be great.
So
at 11 o'clock in the morning,
I still feel like the therapist now. What do you want to see? What questions would you like to see answered immediately, Josh?
The offensive line. if you can't have an offensive line and a running game, then nothing else matters. Like, yeah, I'm sitting here getting all upset about Keelan and the quarterback, and we should make a decision, and why is he not the guy? If you can't block for this end up just
we lost him for a
doesn't matter back
moment.
there.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
Hey,
who's running the ball.
did you pay for regular internet or high speed at your hotel room here, Josh? What's going on?
Say that
This was
again.
Yeah, we lost you for a moment. I think it's like Johnny in Airplane. Kalen has his
Pull the
hand
cord
on
on
the
you.
internet.
We can hear you. We just can't see you.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah. But
That's good. Y'all don't need to
Yeah.
look at this anymore. I'm just having a mental
Okay.
breakdown at 8:00 in the morning.
Offensive line, running game, anything else?
anything else? What do you think?
No, that's it, fellas. I appreciate y'all listening this morning. It's been good getting it all out.
Well,
We're
that's
here
what
to
we're
therapy.
here for. And we
Yes.
want you to enjoy the rest of your weekend. You said, where you're in Chicago, you said?
Yeah. We're going to a Cubs game. We're about to head to Wrigleyville here in the next 30 minutes and just
Very nice.
sweet.
We're gonna
Very nice.
we're
Appreciate
gonna
you very much,
just-
Josh. Thank you, man.
good
Pull
to
those
see y'all.
Cubs. You too, buddy. Talk next
Take
week.
care.
Have a
Yeah.
good
See y'all.
He is man, I'm a little concerned, Barry. He is very wow.
There's hurt. There's pain in his voice. If he's lying there on the couch, the slightly elevated couch,
Yeah.
and you're the therapist with your clipboard and you're asking him those questions, you might have to postpone your next appointment because this one may run long.
Yeah,
with him.
man.
We're going to get into
I'm hoping
childhood and all
I'm
these
hoping
issues.
Barry scrimmage number 2 plays out better. People feel better about it. But that was tough. I could feel it. I could feel his pain in that interview, Barry. I hope our audience was able to feel it like I was.
You're good reading between the lines. You're a
Okay.
little more perceptive about stuff like this. What does this mean?
Lay it on me.
Joe, chat line.
All right.
Signetti said Bama was like an 80-year-old man. When it was go time, they got soft and cute.
Well, what he's talking about, Barry, the score in the game, believe it or not, even though the final score was like 38-3, at this point in the game, it was 3-0. Indiana's leading the game 3-0. And Grubbs and DeBoer thought they'd get cute and funny on 4th down and run some
What was that play?
dazzle-do play that didn't convert, and then Indiana gets the ball and scores, and then it's over.
That's a Western Kentucky play.
Exactly.
That's a Sam Houston State play. That is not a crunch time, leave your
No.
stamp on this game, dictate the course of this game, Alabama play call.
Barry, if you cannot, there again, push that line of scrimmage a yard and a half to pick up a first down, you probably should have punted. But no razzle dazzle. You don't do that. The only time, Barry, I've ever seen a razzle dazzle 4th down play work, it wasn't 4th and 1 or 4th and 1.5. I believe it was like 4th and 8. When Mike Shula threw that incredible block, I believe on Benji Rowland, if I'm not mistaken, and Al Bell took the reverse and picked up 13.
It's just get out of bounds.
That was Greg Richardson about
Richardson.
3 plays later when it was 4th down again, I believe. I had a class with Greg Richardson, believe it or not. But
It was at that point that I knew, maybe John knew,
over.
did not know the text or the tone or the meandering conditions that the game would follow. But I knew at that point that game was lost.
Yeah. 3-0 at that point. And don't convert. Indiana gets the ball back, scores a touchdown. Floodgates are open. I'm looking for another game to watch. It was done. Over. Barry, I do want to ask you this. I know we're going to get to the Daily Dog here in a moment. I know our man Brian Riddles at RTJ Golf in Greenville at Cambria Ridge is going to hop on in the second half of this hour for a minute or two. What's your thought about Jaden Daniels? the former LSU quarterback.
It's a bad look. He's getting bad advice is what's happening. In case you didn't know, an attorney representing former Heisman Trophy winner, Washington Commanders player Jaden Daniels has sent a cease and desist letter to LSU informing the school that it can no longer utilize the quarterback's name, image, and likeness. I heard this from Mark Schlabach. The dispute centers on current student athlete DJ Pickett being permitted to wear the number 5 jersey that Daniels wore when he won the Heisman back in 2023. Nobody's worn it since. Of course, it hadn't been very long.
Yep.
Pickett was promised by Brian Kelly that if he signed with LSU, he'd get to wear the number 5 of Jaden Daniels. Never ended up happening because Jaden Daniels wasn't on board with it back then. And again, Jaden is a little ticked off. He wants his Heisman back now.
Oh, wow.
And he's wanting his NIL to be restricted at LSU. I'm not talking about LSU. I'm not talking about NIL money. I'm talking about NIL, his specific name, image, and likeness. You ain't going to see a Daniels 5 LSU jersey officially licensed anywhere in Baton Rouge. You're not going to see any Jaden Daniels pictures in his LSU uniform or anything like that. He's getting bad advice because he wouldn't make a cut from LSU for any of that stuff.
Nope.
He has torched his relationship or his memory with a lot of LSU fans. And he's looking petty because I don't want him to wear my jersey ever again. And you and I both agree, the retiring of jerseys, I don't get it.
I'm not a big fan of it.
I don't get it.
I think Billy Cannonberry, I'm not a LSU historian. I think he's the only player with a jersey that's been
number
retired.
20. Yeah.
I know there was some talk about retiring number 7, Burt Jones, but I think other players obviously have worn that.
Oh, yeah, that has happened.
Joe Burrow, who was the running back that had a horrible game against Alabama, Leonard
Fournette.
I think he wore 7, I want to say.
He did other things in his career, by the way, besides having
that night in Bryant-Denny was not a good one for him. So I'm with you.
Bad.
And I've heard people they're going to say
advice.
Jaden Daniels is the next RG3. Didn't Jaden Daniels maybe have kind of like a couple of weeks in the NFL when he was like everybody was the buzz and talking about him?
Oh,
hadn't heard another thing about him.
He was really good. Got a little injured and everything. He was really good. Now, back when Robert Griffin III was the quarterback of the Redskins, he was really good. His first year, I think he was the conference offensive player of the year. Then he got hurt. And it was never the same.
I always thought RG3 was a good football analyst.
He's
he would
great.
do some games. I don't know why ESPN. Some of the people they get rid of, I don't get.
Some of the people they keep.
I don't get that either. I know why, but I don't get it.
When we get back,
it's
the Phantom's Daily Dog.
It's on the log, as they say.
Coming up, Longshore and McKnight from Stivers in Montgomery in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Located just 8 miles north of Alabama's state capital, Capitol Hill features 3 18-hole championship courses. With more than 1,500 acres of golf and nature, the pure magnitude of this facility is amazing and allows each course to be drastically different from the others. Capitol Hill also features an innovative 360-degree driving range 400 yards in diameter. Capitol Hill offers a fully stocked pro shop with the latest equipment and apparel. Great food and beverages in the clubhouse can be enjoyed both before and after your round. Get your group together and hit the trail. Go to rtjgolf.com/Capitol Hill for tee times and more information.
Hey, where's the beer guy?
Bud Light here? You get a Bud Light? Bud Light? I'm here, Bud Light. Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light where? Bud Light here? Oh, Bud Light there.
I missed that because of you.
You did not miss that play because of me.
Have to stop talking this way.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of fun.
Hey, I
got you, Bud Light.
Oh, nice. Never mind.
Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light.
What I miss?
I have no idea.
This summer, Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air is on a Jurassic hunt for the oldest HVAC systems and water heaters in town. If your system is a fossil, now's your chance. Replace it between June 1st and July 31st, and you could win big. We're giving $2,500 back for the oldest HVAC systems and $1,000 back for the oldest water heater. Even if you don't win, you still score major savings on your new HVAC system, water heater, generator, and/or garage door. Don't let your systems go extinct. Call Dixie, and it's done.
Phoenix Physical Therapy is ready to help patients recover, recharge, and rise. They develop a customized therapy plan for each patient to get them back to enjoying their favorite activities. Their experienced team is committed to providing exceptional care in a professional environment. Whether you're looking to prevent or treat an injury, recover from a recent illness, or recuperate from surgery, schedule an appointment with one of their clinics and take advantage of physical therapy, athletic training, workers' comp, and employer solution services. Get back in the game, get back to work, and get back to life with Phoenix Physical Therapy. To find a location near you and to schedule an appointment, go to phoenixphysicaltherapy.com. That's phoenixphysicaltherapy.com.
All righty, welcome back in, everybody. About 21 minutes past the hour here on this Friday. We're live here at Stivers Ford, where Price sells cars. Love for you to come by and see our friends here. They'll take care of all of your transportation needs. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We really, really appreciate that. You know, Barry, I've said this before. You know, if you're not going to cover for me, I hope you get blown out.
Yeah. Why should I experience the pain of a loss and you don't experience the pain of a loss?
Sure. I mean, that's exactly. Maybe it's a little self-centered, a little selfish, whatever. But that's just kind of the way I feel. If you're not going to win for me and make me money, I just hope it's a complete embarrassment. Now, probably only about 3,000 people saw this game live and in person, if even that many. But it wasn't a good day, well, for the Phantom. I'll just go ahead and say that first and foremost.
That's a rarity.
Nor was it good for the Florida Marlins or the Miami Marlins, whatever they're called.
The Miami Marlins.
Yeah.
They were playing yesterday. The Phantom had Pirates Marlins earlier last week, and it was actually a different series. So they came back to Miami to play them again. Within the week, that I don't get. That I do not get.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the attendance.
Did they even do that anymore?
They just make it difficult for a game like that. Really difficult. Anyway, the final score was 13-1. 13-1 Pirates. 13 for them, 1 for Miami. The home team, mind you.
Yeah.
3 hits in the game. 1 run for the Marlins. That was it. That was a homer in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, I mean, why even go to the trouble?
It was 13-0 in the bottom of the 9th. You've got like the team's secretary or the assistant athletic trainer up there pitching by that point. They throw a big old cream puff over the middle of the plate. Guy hits it out to cut it to 13-1 in what had to have been at that point in front of a crowd of about 35.
You know, when you walk out there to start the bottom of the 9th, what are you thinking? You know, we're down 13. It's about 2 in the afternoon about right now. You think I can squeeze in 18 if I can get this over? And then somebody has to hit a solo homer?
Unless they hit the Alex Golesh rule of no cell phones, anything like that. Those guys are on the bench saying, all right, DoorDash, get it to my car out in the player lot. Give me a steak sandwich. Heavy on the brown mustard. They're all making post-game plans. Hey, what is it? Joe's Crab Shack? Is that open now? I mean, it's early, right? That's all they're thinking about is getting out of here. The last thing the fans want, obviously the last thing the Pirates want, and believe me, the last thing that the Marlins want is a 13-run rally to tie it up in the bottom of the ninth. Let's get out of here.
So you take one on the chin, and this one, embarrass yourself. Because, losing at Barry, if they'd lost the game 2-1, okay. It was a good run. Thank you, Miami. But 13-1, I'm glad you got beat that bad. To heck with you. Don't need you anymore.
That one was, to be fair, that one was a little less painful than it could have been for the Phantom because he knew pretty quick that was not. It was nothing after 4. And then you get to the Miami bullpen. Pittsburgh scores 2, 3, 3, and 5. They scored 5 in the top of the ninth.
So, Barry, I'm taking it you don't want to get into Miami's bullpen. Because if you do, things aren't going to end up real good.
Miami's bullpen less than Alabama's offensive line.
What is the origin of the term bullpen?
That's kind of an old-timey sportscaster thing.
Yep.
I'm a sports writer thing. Grantland Rice or John Drebinger or Fred Lieb or some of those old guys, they would say, out in the White Stockings bullpen, a hulking right-hander began to, it was just a sports writer's thing.
Okay.
All
right.
Like this is where you keep the bulls before you put them in the stockyards and have them go out to bed. They're just standing around.
Kind of like the guy that
waiting
said
to be called upon.
The Alabama offensive line looked like a crimson tide when they were playing in the
that has something to do with the reason why some people call them the elephants.
Yeah.
Well, no, nobody calls them the elephants.
No.
They're just the mascots, the elephants.
Yeah, which I'd never have gotten.
All
right, Barry, 540 is what we're looking at today. 540.
Oh, no preseason? Okay. No preseason.
540. Well, we're going baseball.
Right.
Okay, we got
baseball,
thrown off the horse. We're getting back on
but
it.
Baseball, like Garrett Morris and Saturday Night Live, has been very, very good to me.
Yes. So we're going 540 tonight, Barry, where Sean Newcomb and Jackson Jobe are going at it.
Not to be confused with Josh Jobe, who played defensive back for Alabama, didn't wear number 6. You got that.
So, Barry, I'm looking at a game tonight where the total is 9 runs. And these two teams are like in first and second place in the Central Division of the American League. Chicago's got a 2.5 game lead over Detroit. The White Sox in first, Detroit's in second place.
I will tell you, the White Sox will start big left-hander Sean Newcomb, who used to be an Atlanta Brave. To begin a 3-game series starting tonight. Jackson Jobe is wet behind the ears.
Yeah.
He's a newbie.
Yep.
He has only pitched about 4 or 5 times. He is 1-0. This is actually only his second appearance. I think it's its first start. 1-0, no ERA, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk all year. He is their choice
tonight
to go to the mound to start again, this is a key series for both the White Sox and the Tigers.
Well, Barry, Detroit allows the fewest. They're one of the teams that allows the fewest amount of runs so far this season. They don't allow a lot of
good
runs.
pitching staff, or was before they got rid of Kirk.
Can't score a lot on them. And Chicago's no slouch themselves. So we're thinking between two teams, Barry, that are right there neck and neck in that Central Division of the American League. It's going to be a tight game. They don't want to get crazy like what happened in Miami yesterday. So I'm expecting a tighter, a defensive struggle.
Agreed.
Where they will not score over 9 runs today. I think it's too many runs. I think this game goes under 9 runs in the Chicago White Sox Detroit line game. This will be a defense.
White Sox versus the Detroit
Tigers. Excuse me. If it's the Detroit Lions, it would go over.
Yeah.
Detroit Tigers, this game's going under 9 runs.
There's our Phantoms daily dog back on the beam after this one. There was conjecture among the chat members that the Phantom might go NFL preseason. The first big weekend of NFL preseason had some games yesterday. I didn't watch it because I was reading Tiger Insider message board. 3 games tonight, 7 more tomorrow.
Can we see Tua Tagovailoa tonight? I understand.
I think he's starting.
He is the number one on the depth chart for the Falcons, hosting the Denver Broncos. I don't believe Bo Nix is playing tonight.
That starts at 6 o'clock. Bucks and Jets at 6. Dolphins and the Commanders at 6 o'clock tonight. Those are the 3 games.
Denver. Hold on a second. There's a live home dog tonight in the NFL. The Falcons are a 3.5-point underdog tonight.
At Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta.
Wait a minute. Is Bo Nix not playing? Wait, something fishy there.
Easy now.
Something fishy there. Let me go ahead and check this. The Saints, a 2.5-point favorite over the Jags on Sunday.
In New Orleans.
A 3 o'clock game. Somebody's listening to me. Got to have more 3 o'clock games.
That's a Saturday game, 3 o'clock in the. There are no Sunday games, believe it or not. I don't know why not.
Arno's is a good restaurant there in New Orleans as well. Oh, you're talking about something totally different.
Cowboys and the Seahawks prime time on Saturday night.
Oh, no way.
That's true.
You're telling me the Dallas Cowboys are in prime time. I'm telling you right here, Barry, up to $16,000 off MSRP or 0% APR for 36 months.
Those deals are in prime time.
You better believe it. Prime time deals, I like that. But it's amazing the offers here at Stivers, what I'm telling you about. 0% APR financing for 36 months.
No payments for 90 days.
That's exactly right. $1,000 down payment assistance, 2-year, 25,000-mile worry-free maintenance plan, Broncos, F-150s, Explorers, Mustangs. So many deals to check out here at Stivers. Broncos, $12,000 off MSRP. Broncos Sport, $10,000 off. Expeditions take up to $13,000 off. And so many vehicles to choose from there. We talked about as we opened up the live show today. When I drive in, I love to come down the boulevard here, Stivers Boulevard.
The double lanes with the median in the middle, and the median is packed with trucks.
F-150s everywhere, Expeditions, Explorers, Mustangs, Broncos. They're here for you. And, of course, the Lincoln Luxury for Less lineup. The new Lincoln showroom is just about ready for their official grand opening. We'll tell you more about that. But, Barry, here's the place to get the vehicle you want at the absolute lowest prices. You're not going to get a better deal. You're not going to get better service or selection. And none of this, hey, man, I was looking at this car, and the dealership told me they could get it to me by Tuesday. You got your car right here today. You'll be driving out of the lot before lunch today.
Yeah.
With the selection here at Stivers.
You cannot beat it. Stivers Ford Lincoln on the Eastern Boulevard of the Troy Highway, Montgomery, Alabama. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Hey, you want your property looking its very best this spring and summer, and River Region Straw has premium long-needle pine straw to make that property pop. You're not buying sticks, stems, or pine cones. You're buying premium long-needle pine straw from River Region Straw. Kenny and his staff have access to the best pine straw in the region, full of color that will last all season long. And now River Region Straw has a 4th location in Chelsea on Highway 280 to go along with their locations here in Montgomery, Prattville, and Auburn. No order is too big or too small, from a few bales to an 18-wheeler trailer load. To get your River Region Straw, drop by any of their 4 locations or give Kenny a call or text today, 669-5959. That's 669-5959, and have the best-looking property this spring and summer with straw from River Region Straw.
Big news for Central Alabama travelers. Getting to Texas just got easier. You can now fly nonstop from Montgomery to Houston with United Airlines. No long drives, no layovers, just smooth direct travel from your hometown airport. Whether it's business or a weekend getaway, Houston is now just one flight away. Spend more time there and less time getting there. Fly nonstop to Houston. Fly MGM, where travel feels easy. Book your trip today at flymgm.com.
All right, we're back, folks, here live at Stivers. No, Barry has not changed. He is Barry's actually
younger and better looking. That's
Barry's out there looking at a car. He's test driving a car. So we got our man Jeff to pop in. He came and brought us some 7 Brew today. Jeff, thank you. All right, here's what we've been waiting for.
Okay.
I know you got the intel, you got your sources, you've been checking things out. Your thoughts about scrimmage number 1 for the Crimson Tide this preseason camp?
I think it went exactly how you would expect it to go. I think the offense is going to start slow. The quarterbacks are going to look mediocre at best. Everything's new. Everything's fast. The defense is always a step ahead. Saban said that for 17 years coming out of first scrimmage, that the defense was always a little bit ahead. It's to be expected. You said it earlier. The biggest tell will be from scrimmage 1 to scrimmage 2. If we come out and are making all the same mistakes, making all the same – looking all the same, blunders and whatnot in scrimmage 2, there's cause for concern there, but I don't have any concern after that first scrimmage.
Yeah, Jeff, I think I'm with you. I think we'll be singing a different tune, if you will, after the second scrimmage. You made some great points about Saban. You're right. I can remember defense is ahead of the offense, dominated the day, and then you get to that second scrimmage, it was a little bit different. I'm expecting to see that. I will say, though, I think there is some concern that, why did the offensive line struggle a little bit? Why did the running game struggle? But there again, this is the first situation where this offensive line has really been in a game situation. Right. All the thud drills and hitting the tackling dummies and all that kind of stuff. That goes back to, this guy looked great getting off the bus. Yeah. When he got on the field, he sucked. So,
plenty of that.
We need to see these guys in more game type situations. And after scrimmage 2, I think things will be a little different.
Well, and, Bob and I disagree a lot on the show. Shout out to Bob. Email me, Bob. I'm trying to get in touch with you.
Yeah, Bob, love that guy.
But we disagree about some things on the show. In my opinion, offensive line, you need reps. You need reps together. You need cohesiveness. That's why all the line shifting last year was such a disaster, A, because they weren't any good, and B, if you're not any good and you're shifting everywhere, you can't get any consistency.
Yep.
And so you just need to pick your 5 and let them get reps, let them get struggles, let them get beat, let them coach them up, let them fix it. You got to get him right, but you can't. He had a bad game, or a bad practice, so we're going to put this guy in now. You got to work all that out, and then let him gel, let him figure it out, let him communicate, let him know things. The best offensive lines are ones that play together, I think for more than a handful of practices. So you just got to give them time.
I think most people are in the same boat as I am here. I look a month from now, we're September 14th. Alabama will have 2 games under their belt. Maybe not enough of a test. I think through games 4 and 5, we'll certainly know. But, Jeff, I know I am, and I think a lot of people are wanting to see this Alabama team be more physical, pushing people around, imposing their will on them, not touchy-feely. And I think in a month from now, if we've seen that this Alabama team will hit you in the mouth, the fan base is going to feel a little bit better.
Feel a lot better. And I said in the chat earlier, you're going to see a lot more injuries coming out of this camp. You're going to see a lot more names added to the dinged up list. And in fact, a certain multinational championship winning coach has seen some practices and commented on how physical they are. So the message is clear that this is going to be a physical camp and you're going to get beat up. And if nobody came out of camp beat up, I would be way more concerned.
No doubt.
Like if we came out of camp going, hey, we're good. Nobody's dinged. We got nobody taped up. We're good to go. Then I'd be like, we're in big trouble.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear, Jeff. I want to hear some physicality. I want to hear some bumps and bruises, some scrapes and cuts, some fights.
That's it.
Exactly. I mean, for an old washed-up scout team quarterback like myself, there were times that I would come home with some scraped-up elbows, knees, busted my chin open one day. Told me to just get back in the huddle. We'll sew that thing up after practice. That's football. That's what I want to hear. Blood all over my shirt. Love it.
If you don't have any fights and scrimmages and practices, you're doing something wrong.
Now, I never actually threw a punch in a fight, but I encouraged other people to do it.
QB1 doesn't throw no punches.
Hey, man, you're not going to take that from that guy, are you? Did you hear what he said? damn, come on,
Hey,
man. hit that
QB1
guy.
can't be throwing blows with the right hand, you know?
Exactly. But that's what I want to see, some physicality out there.
I think it's there. I think we're getting there.
I love it. All right.
I think we're getting there.
So, but looks like Barry has completed the test drive in the convertible Mustang. I've always told him with those blonde locks and that convertible. I mean, you kidding
He's made
me?
for it. He's
Yeah,
made for
Barry
it.
would be perfect. Yeah, Kelly thinks so
We're getting
too.
some laughs here.
It's awesome.
Thank you,
Jeff,
my friend.
thanks for the
Appreciate
coffee
you,
as
brother.
always, my friend. We appreciate great breakdown as well. How about that, Jeff, the man of reason? Telling you that. Thank you. Great stuff. How'd that Mustang go for you there, Barry?
I love it. I love it. I had to wipe off the inside of the windshield from going.
Yeah.
the whole-
All right. Our man, Brian Reynolds. Oh, yeah, go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The thing about what Jeff's talking about that resonated with me.
Yep.
If you ain't got anybody hurt, you're not doing it right. If you're not having fights and blah 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 and this and that, you need to kind of ramp it up.
No
a little
mamby
bit.
pamby. You got to get out there and let them know what you want. Barry, it's similar to stepping up to the first tee box. You got to have a little disagreement, a little arguing. I'm not saying an all-out fight.
You hitting that?
Yeah, but you got to do a little talking. And our man Brian Reynolds, who's the director of golf at Cambrian Ridge on the RTJ Trail, I bet he's seen a little trash talk on the first tee from time to time. How you doing, Brian?
Hey, I used to trash talk, but when you get old and I can only hit it like 240 off the tee, and these boys hit it 300 by you, I just hope to be standing with them on 18 tee.
Yeah, I'm with you. I actually played last time I played. I moved up a tee box because I was playing with some older guys, and my buddies found out about it, and boy, I caught it. I mean, you moved up a tee box, but it happens when you get into our age bracket.
It's tough. It's tough. I've got a 13-year-old, and he's playing the white tees, and I've been playing the white tees with him all summer, getting ready for high school golf. And you know, I'm looking back there, and he's like 20 yards behind me, and he's 13. And
yeah,
he's like, I'm about to catch you, and I was like, no, you won't catch me. You'll just go right by me. It's coming.
It is.
The Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail itself has gotten a lot of run lately because of the course in Opelika hosting the Auburn football team.
Yeah. It's it helps when you got that hotel out there, and
but it's my point is that each one of the RTJ trail sites, including yours down there in beautiful Greenville, Alabama, is all set up. We talk about the course all the time and the layout and, you know, how things are playing or what the weather's going to look like and all of the great deals and stuff. But you guys are set up for service all along the trail, and certainly service to your patrons, certainly for your golfers. That's paramount with you guys as well.
That's right. I mean, we're not just a golf course. We have restaurants that serve breakfast, lunch each day. As you know, in the Greenville community, we don't have a ton of restaurants sit down other than fast food and a few others. So we have a large local presence in our dining room. It's amazing. You go out there every day, and you know, it's packed full of people that aren't golfers. They just come from town. It's the lawyers, the realtors, the bankers that are entertaining folks. So, if you're not a golfer, still come see our facilities. We've got something for you.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's amazing. I've been there, Brian, and seen these people coming out for lunch, and they got, coats on, got a tie on. So they're certainly taking advantage of that. So many great things from your restaurant to your bar to your pro shop with all the latest merchandise and equipment. It is fully stocked. And of course, this time of year, it's a little warm, but the daylight is, the sun's in the sky a long time. So you get to play golf really late into the afternoon and into the evening there at Cambrian Ridge.
That's right. I don't know where you've been where it's been a little warm, because it's real warm. It's real warm. Those next week temperatures are going to be hot. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're calling for some extreme heat next week.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, the golf courses are in great shape. We had a lot of rain in the months of May, June, and July, which is something we're not used to in those months. It looks like it's dried up a little bit now. We're kind of hitting that normal no rain August. But the courses are lush, thick. That early summer rain really, really made these golf courses great. As you said, we're gearing up the golf shops. Our fall merchandise is starting to come in. We won't see any new clubs till spring, but all our new shirts, outerwear, the fall shoes.
Nice.
We've got a lot of stuff on the way. We're gearing up for some big events here in the fall. Once again, we've got Q School in September. So the golf courses are going to be ready for those. If you want to play golf, and want to beat the heat right now, we got some great golf courses down here. Greens are fast, fairways are lush, rough is thick. It's a good golf course right now.
Love it.
They can call you up, right, for tee times or more information, 382-9787.
That's right. Or go to rtjgolf.com, or you can download our new app and you can book tee times right from our app.
Yep. I've got that on my phone.
Me too.
Yeah, I've got the app, Brian. It is fantastic, extremely convenient. I highly recommend using the app for all of your tee times and information on the RTJ trail. And even though it is hot, Brian, you guys have multiple ways to stay cool and refreshed. So even though it's hot, you'll be able to quench that thirst, maybe a cold towel or two as well.
We got them. The beverage carts have the cold towel program running, so we can keep you hydrated and cool while you're out there.
There you go. 382-9787, rtjgolf.com, or the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail app on your phone to get all the tee times and information you need from Cambrian Ridge down in Greenville, Alabama. Appreciate you very much, Brian.
Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
You too, buddy. Thank you so much. Brian Reynolds, Director of Golf, Cambrian Ridge. Always enjoy speaking with him. Barry, this time of year, it's hot. But they do a great job with their beverage carts, the cold towels. You put that cold towel on your face, the back of your neck, you're ready to go. It's awesome. It does wonders on a really hot day.
Yes, you've complimented the bar cart several times.
Barry, it's a full service beverage cart.
Yeah.
Not just Gatorades, water, sodas, things of that nature, a full lineup of Anheuser-Busch beer products. But if you wanted something a little bit more like, I don't know, a transfusion or a vodka cran, whatever you might like.
I think that's transfusion with a capital T. I mean, they're not giving you 2 units of O positive or anything.
We talked about that. It's grape juice you put in a transfusion. What's I'm thinking? Grape juice, but the ginger ale with the little splash of grape and then that Tito's on and mixed in there with it. Pretty refreshing on a hot day, I'm told.
Well, before we go to break, coming up, the Gurn Jr. Victoryland 777 topic wheel. This one from a chatter, photograph 1974. He said, I called the show a handful of times back in the 1990s through the early 2000s when I lived in Montgomery. But now that I live in Fort Worth, I'm glad to be able to watch here on YouTube.
Man.
Much easier. And I know photograph 1974, as a veteran of this, has already hit the like button, already hit the subscribe button. Definitely, we appreciate you checking in and appreciate you watching.
Living in Fort Worth, Texas. That's awesome. Good stuff there. We appreciate that and invite everybody to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It's very important.
Let's take a break. I think it's time. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Longshore and McKnight are brought to you in part by Stivers Automotive, Stivers Ford in Montgomery, and Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Prattville. For the absolute best on-site selection, service, and price, no other dealer can match Stivers. Stivers Ford in Montgomery is located at 4000 Eastern Boulevard and online at stiversfordmontgomery.com. Stivers CDJR in Prattville is located at 2209 Cobbs Ford Road and online at stiverscdjr.com. Longshore and McKnight have been Stivers customers for over 15 years. You should be too. Stivers Automotive, where price sells cars, trucks, and SUVs.
All guests of Longshore McKnight appear on the City of Montgomery guest hotline. Check out the most interesting and informed personalities in sports covering Auburn, Alabama, Troy, ASU, and all the major teams from across the country. John and Barry have the best guests brought to you by the City of Montgomery. To find out everything you need to know that is going on in the capital city, check out montgomeryal.gov. That's montgomeryal.gov, the capital of dreams.
Win a BMW X7 or your share of $25,000 in free play during Victoryland Casino's BMW and $25,000 free play giveaway. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. And all summer long, win diamond jewelry and TVs, along with a share of $185,000 in free play during Diamond Days and TV Tuesdays. Giveaways all summer long at Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too. Victoryland Casino, I-85 exit 22, Shorter, Alabama. Drawings August 14th and 15th. Must be 21 or older. Must be present to win.
All right, Barry, that's tonight and tomorrow night
is.
out at Victoryland. So make your plans to be there. You could be the big winner at Victoryland during the big giveaways. We've been telling you about it all month. Always so many big promotions they've got going on, and a big one tonight. You could win that vehicle out at Victoryland. So head on out there, exit 22 off I-85, Shorter, Alabama.
We are live from Stivers Ford Lincoln, Eastern Boulevard of the Troy Highway. Clock on the wall says it's time for our final Gurn Jr. Victoryland 777 topic wheel of the week. We hear it's a good one. All brought to you by Victoryland 777 Casino. 6 topics. Gurn came up with them. No idea what they are. We're just riding the wave. Washed up.
Washed up.
We've heard washed up before about washed up old backup high school quarterback a moment ago. Dozens of dead sharks on the Jersey Shore. Let's see.
What the world happened here?
I don't know. Sea Isle City. Lady from New Jersey was walking around on Wednesday morning. All of a sudden, boom. Dead sharks everywhere. Now, that's a sand shark.
Yeah.
I've actually caught sand sharks before.
Yeah.
They're not that big, but I don't know. Something in the water. They got sick. The more likely explanation is the sharks were accidentally caught and later discarded. They dumped them over the side or lost a net. Yeah, I've done that when I was a kid. Not dumped them over, but I've caught a sand shark before out there deep sea fishing. That's more plausible, but man, dozens and dozens of them. That's when you say, until they get this figured out,
I'm out.
I ain't swimming.
Yeah.
In the beaches.
Don't
You
want
ever
any
been to
part
the
of-
beaches in New Jersey?
Never.
That doesn't sound like.
Barry, I'm trying to think. Does it count if you flew into Newark? That's the only time I've ever been to the state.
Oh,
Well,
I've
I did go to the Meadowlands.
That counts. That counts.
Yeah. Saw a football game there.
Yeah, I've called basketball in New Jersey at Newark. I've flown into Newark a couple times, and I've been to New Jersey when I was a kid. That's about
Who
it.
vacations in Jersey? Hey, guess what, kids? We're going to New Jersey this summer.
People in New York? I don't know. That's that Billy Joel song. Where did we pay? Oh, that song Allentown.
That's
from
in
Billy Joel
Pennsylvania.
when he said, "Spend our weekends on the Jersey Shore."
Oh, he sure did. Yeah. I guess it's pretty close to Allentown. All right. Let's
Yeah.
see what's next on the wheel. Let's keep it going here.
All right.
5 left. A nice color wheel there. Looks like a rainbow of colors. I like the dark purple.
The dark purple is where we're going to land
Over
on here.
and
Over
out.
and out.
Yes.
Somebody's retired. Over and out. Oh, yeah. Russell Westbrook, one of the most underrated players.
Man, 18 seasons.
Went to UCLA, 7 teams.
Man.
That's TJ Finley territory.
Oh,
37,
man.
18 years. He had a terrific career. He was with the Thunder, those years with James Harden and Kevin Durant. They've made the finals. I don't know that they've ever won an NBA championship. But yeah, he was a triple-double machine. Had 42 triple-doubles one year. Averaged 21 points a game, People don't give him a whole lot of credit. He was a great player. He'll be a Hall of Famer. We tip our cap. 18 years with Russell Westbrook. Why he decided to retire now when the season's, been over for a little bit. I
do wonder. That's a good point. Sometimes when these baseball, football, basketball players retire, why do they do it? Why now?
Yeah.
Did you wake up yesterday and go, it's been a good career. I think I'm hanging it up. Always wondered
maybe
that.
you have, one too many knee surgeries or something, and you think, man, I ain't doing this no more. I can't come back from this. Then you do it. That's part of the timing. But he's been healthy. He just says, that's enough. I ain't playing no more.
All right, we'll move on. 4 to go. Blue, green, yellow, and red on the Victoryland 777 topic wheel on this Friday as we broadcast live from Stivers, Ford in Montgomery, where Price sells cars. And it's going to be the Gorilla.
We do not have one of those here in front of this car dealership.
No, you're not going to feed those guys that wave around the air things.
No.
Not going to happen. What do we got?
Darren Till. Do we know Darren Till? Former UFC title challenger, bare knuckle fighting champion Darren Till. He's got a fight in about a month and a half in Manchester, England. The exact circumstances, the exact circumstances that led to the altercation are unknown. However, Brown has spent weeks talking nonstop trash to Till, calling him a coward and can't say that, while accusing him of ducking him. So they had a fight in the bar.
Okay.
And Till knocked Brown out.
Uh-oh.
Here's the thing, though, John. Obviously, we're not condoning fighting, even though Jeff said if you don't have big fights in fall preseason camp.
Boom. Oh, look at that.
Really
Did you see that left?
He wasn't expecting it.
Watch that left one. Man.
But in the immortal words of Heath Ledger as the Joker, if you're good at something, never do it for free. You guys if you want to have a fight, sell tickets, get TV rights, make money off of it. Why in the world would you get in a fight with a guy when you're a professional fighter for nothing?
Barry, have you ever seen a bar fight? A real one?
No.
I hadn't either.
I have not.
And I'm just guessing here, I've probably been to more bars in my day than you have. I'm just saying.
I haven't been to many. I will say that. But
I cannot believe I've
seen fights, but never
I mean,
drunken bar fights.
Nothing where, people are falling over tables and they're getting thrown over the bar, kind of like in 48 Hours. Remember that one?
Yeah, kind of like in, what was that movie? Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Used to have those every night.
I hope I never do, actually.
Yeah, they had them all the time at Bob's Country Bunker.
Maybe I go to places where fights aren't prone to start, I hope.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I'm going to Galette's and the booth tonight. All right, let's spin the wheel, yellow, blue, and red.
Let's see what we got.
It's going to be Big Brother. Okay.
Right.
All righty here.
Oh, yeah, flock cameras. That's a big thing. These are out all over the place.
Okay.
And they've been catching a lot of people doing a lot of bad things. They're, as you can tell, they are solar powered and everything. It's to help cut down on crime. Some of the people say they're unconstitutional, an invasion of privacy. Down in Gulf Shores, the Gulf Shores Police Department or something. Yeah. I've been doing this for 40 years now. What Flock is doing to assist law enforcement in solving crimes we didn't know happened until after the fact is almost the same level of DNA and fingerprinting.
Yeah.
If you're not worried about it, I don't have a problem with it.
I don't either.
If you're worried about it, don't do anything against the law.
If you're going down to, and one of these cameras are set up on the beaches, and you're going down there maybe to, get with your gal, you got to know it.
Yeah.
You might be getting videotaped. It's that simple.
Yeah.
That's
what happened to those people at that concert. That guy was fooling around with that girl at that concert at Patriot Stadium.
Actually, good point. Yeah. At least there you don't get sand in places you don't want it. Down on the beach could be a little rough. All right, 2 more to go, I believe.
Gulf Shores, by the way, is blowing.
Barry, they have an airport there in Gulf Shores.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's doing quite well. All right, let's
got
spin
one more?
away. 2 more. Blue and red.
We better get to it then.
Blue and red. Let's see what we got. Spin away. Where's it going to land? I'm thinking blue, maybe.
The corn, or it looks stupid. Never bothered
Is this Alabama's offensive line from yesterday?
Stupid. Scotty Scheffler. They played at St. Jude last week. This week. It's the week. Yeah,
now,
St.
how
Jude
hot
class.
do you think it is in Memphis?
Oh my
You're
gosh.
talking about hot.
Yeah.
Woo.
He's not happy, but he says hydration, He hydrates. I don't want to get waterlogged. His caddy
What's with the stash?
His caddy, a little bit of a mustache. That's not a real mustache. And Scotty Scheffler was giving him a hard time about it. Ted Scott is his caddy. He ridiculed his looper, looper, mustache. He said, I feel like he always does something like that this time of year, but he looks stupid. Yeah. That's not a great mustache.
Barry, the first time I ever heard the term looper associated with the caddy was in Caddyshack.
I didn't know they called caddies
I didn't
loopers.
either, because they make the loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is when it wasn't D'Annunzio had the pitchfork. No, it was when Carl Spackler had the pitchfork up at D'Annunzio's
brother. It was his brother.
His brother.
His younger brother. Yeah.
Right at his Adam's apple.
Yeah.
This is the Dalai Lama speech, One more.
One more to go. Got to spin it to make it official.
Oh, this has got to be Field of Dreams. Got to be Field of Dreams. The corn.
Let's see what we got.
All right.
Bing.
Oh, yeah. Kyle Schwarber hits 2 home runs in the game, and it doesn't feel like it used to. I'm down on this. They hadn't had this in 3 years. They have it this year because they wanted to, Major League Baseball it up. It's on Netflix. Schwarber, who leads the major leagues in home runs, he's got 38 now. He hits it into the corn a couple of times. It's not like it's supposed to be. It's not like in Field of Dreams where it was just a cute little thing. They've made it into a minor league field, and I'm not about it at all. Like many things. They've done too much. They've messed it up.
Okay, so Barry, I know you're going to be busy this afternoon checking out not only to get a message board. Tiger Insider probably will have a few comments on the Auburn scrimmage today as well. I think.
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, the Tiger ticket board, to get a message board, will be relentlessly positive. So you might want to get a bit of a balance by going to the TigerInsider.com message board ahead of the Auburn scrimmage, which is going on right now.
Okay.
Because they are relentlessly negative when it comes to
Okay. I'm gonna check a look at all of them. Hey, we appreciate you taking a look at us today as well. If you're checking us later on, that's beautiful because you can check us out on your schedule. That's the beauty of it. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, X, Instagram. We really appreciate it. Thanks to our friends here at Stivers Ford. They invite you to come by and see them.
Yeah, you need to take a look at some of these
of your
vehicles.
Transportation needs.
Yes. He's John Longshore. I'm Barry McKnight at Stivers Ford Lincoln, Eastern Boulevard of the Troy Highway in Montgomery.